Hey everybody, how are you doing? I'm out here in Fort Worth area today, Grapevine, home for the holidays for a little bit, which is great seeing the fam, but I had to come out here and do some work. I'm at a co-working space, so I got my laptop right there. That's how you know I'm a real internet marketer. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Matt Wright of Matt Wright Consulting. I help people sell more stuff online by developing their marketing messaging, building a lot of goodwill with their audience through value-based videos, value-based sales processes, handling all the tech stuff and the Facebook ads and stuff for them. If that kind of thing interests you, by the way, we manage that for people. So if anything I say in these videos sparks your interest and you think, hey, I want to have that guy manage my stuff, something I do. So you can go to mattwrightcall.com and I can help you out right there. There's a little form you fill out, asks you a couple questions, and then if I think I can help you, and if I think I can help you, and why is my mind blanking? If I think I can help you, then and only if I think I can help you, then I'll offer for you to be a part of the program. Welcome. We got 2 people on. This is great. So today we're going to get into how to tell your story. Even if you don't have one, because there's so many people out there. Tell your story online. Go live. Go ahead and get on stages. Do all this stuff. And it's so confusing because, I was there and I was the guy who said, "Oh man, I don't have a story. I didn't lose 300 pounds. I don't have a magic magnet. Where clients just show up. I didn't cure cancer. And through a lot of study, I discovered a couple different ways that you can tell stories in a formulaic way. That makes them dramatic and makes people empathize with you. And so I wanted to share that with you today. And it's really pretty simple. So the first one that I want to go over is if you don't really have a story and you're just starting out. So back in 2018, I set out to become a health coach. And I set out to become a health coach because I'd listened to over 600 podcasts and I heard all these incredible stories of people healing themselves naturally. And I was just blown away by it. I was like, man, I really want to help people with this. So just out of intellectual curiosity, I enrolled in a very high-level program where I learned to read labs and make natural healing protocols for people. It was awesome. And so I started sharing all this information with people, but it didn't result in any clients. And people were telling me, you need to tell a story or something. And there was a lot of mistakes I made during that time. But the big mistake was that I didn't know how to tell a story when I didn't have a story. So here's the formula, here's the big trick, which is you don't have to have your own results or your own story. And instead you can do what I call leveraging industry results. So you can say things like, and this is not to say, if somebody else has, some big result with a patented, method that only they use and only they are licensed or valid to teach, then to go and steal those results. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is there's a slide in a presentation I saw recently that said, 69% of men have ED, 71% of men are overweight, 82% of men are unsatisfied with their jobs. So in your marketing, you can do something like this. Is this you? And, anybody can go use those stats. The guy doing the presentation on stage can use those stats. Or yourself can also use those stats and say, hey, is this you? Because this is what the data says. And if I know a method, maybe it was taught to me by someone else or it's been used by thousands of other people, but I'm your medium. I'm the way that you connect to those results, then it's completely valid for you to use those results. So, you can take those industry stats and you can say, hey, if a bunch of men have problems with ED and weight and they aren't satisfied with their jobs and you want to be satisfied with your jobs, I can help you out with that because I've learned a method that thousands of other people have used to help many tens of thousands of other people. And so I'm going to share with you some of how that works today. And at the end of this presentation, you'll have an option to get on a call with me and we can talk about what it looks like to work together. So that is the way that you do it without having your own stories. Number 1, leverage industry stats. So, by the way, if at any point during this you're thinking, man, this guy sounds like he really knows what he's doing with his marketing and I think he could help me. That is something that we help people with. We manage their Facebook ads, we build them the pages, we help you learn what to say. Pretty much all my clients do is show up on little videos like this where they help people and where they build massive goodwill with their audience. And then they show up on calls with me where I brainstorm what they need to do. And then they help me develop some sales presentation content, most of which is templated out. It's an amazing client experience. If that kind of thing interests you, you can always go over to mattwrightcall.com. There's a little form you can fill out, and we'll get to chatting. And if I think I can help you, and only if I think I can help you, then I'll offer for you to work one-on-one with me. So where were we? Okay, so now let's talk about the flip side of this, which is you do have a story, but you don't know how to tell it. You don't know how to put it together. I learned this fantastic formula from a guy named Frank Kern, excellent guy, and it's called the struggle, loss, discovery, rebirth formula. So what sometimes I've seen, the mistake that a lot of people make when they're telling their stories is they'll hop right into the deepest, most dramatic part, and people go, whoa, and then it stops there. So, but you know in a movie, when like you're watching a movie and like the character is riding like a minecart and it like shoots off a cliff, right? I'm being really silly here. It like shoots off a cliff and you're like, oh my gosh, our character's gonna die. And then they're like falling down this shaft. But then the bottom of the shaft, there's lava or something. So it goes from bad and then it gets way worse. And that way worse movement is what actually creates the empathy that you have for all of those characters in the movie. So if we look at it like that and we've got a step named struggle and a step named loss, which you can also just call the bottom, like the worst part of it. You know, people hit rock bottom in their lives, you know. So you could say, this is the example I typically use when I'm teaching this, which is, it was just like, I was just like everybody else. When I entered high school, got a little bit of acne, bump here, bump there, go to the store, go to CVS, get you a little cream, put it on. It sort of works. You feel a little better about yourself, but everybody's got a little acne, right? Well, by 11th grade, here's the lost part. Here's the bottom, the struggle, the worst piece of it. Well, by 11th grade, my whole face was red. It looked like I was blushing all the time. It was oozing, it was bleeding, it was disgusting. Every night I would go home and I'd cry in my bed, and it was the worst because everybody was asking women out to prom, and I really wanted to take this girl Susie out to prom, but I couldn't do it. Now, discovery, here's the shift. I guess you've got like 3 or 4 points of empathy in this. And then one day, this little slip arrived at my door. It was a direct mail slip, and it said Accutane 3000 on it, right? And I decided, all hope is lost. I'm going to try this one last thing, and if it doesn't work, I give up, right? So I order this thing, I wait patiently in the mail for 4 days, and it finally gets here in this nice box, and I open it up, I put it on my face, and in 3 hours, my face was restored. I was a man again, and Susie, the girl I'd been crushing on since 3rd grade, actually asked me to prom. It was amazing. And now I teach other men how to, rid their face of acne, right? And that's why you should listen to me. So, struggle, loss, discovery, rebirth. So struggle, how is it initially hard? Loss, what's like the worst part of it? Discovery, what was the thing that you discovered? It's Accutane, it's some piece of software that lets you sell stuff online, or it's a special sentence, that lets you sell more stuff, or land more dates, or get more numbers, or whatever you want, right? And then the rebirth, what is the result of that thing? So and there's actually ways to combine both of those storytelling elements, and you can do it in webinars. You can do it when you're first meeting people on the phone. They ask you, oh yeah, so tell me more about what you do. You can use that same formula in speech to sell people on stuff, or to get them to empathize with you, or even a mass presentation. Webinars and speaking are really pretty similar. So those are the 2 ways to tell your stories. If you have any questions, you can always drop them in the comments below, and I do check those. I get little notifications on my phone. And so, yeah, recap is there's 2 ways to tell your story. You can always leverage industry stats. You can, like life insurance, 50% of people in America don't have life insurance, and every 3 seconds there's a house fire, right? I could go Google those right now. Do you want to be someone who dies in a house fire? Buy life insurance. So you can always leverage industry stats when you don't have a story, or you can use the struggle, loss, discovery, rebirth formula to tell your story in a dramatic way that gets people to empathize with you. So that is the lesson. Sorry, I got a little nose itch. That is the lesson for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. By the way, if you're ever wanting to work with me, you can always go over to mattwrightcall.com. And we help people do all the marketing stuff. We help them figure out what to say, what web pages they need, and no more. There's no extra work. All my clients do is show up on value-based lives like this one, where they genuinely help people out and invite them to their own offer. It works pretty good. And the other thing they do is they generally help me with like a little slideshow, and most of that is templated out. So yeah, if you want all that stuff managed for you, it's basically the best customer experience on the planet, I think. I've been doing this a while, seen a lot of behind the scenes of some not so good stuff. Usually people are actually coming to me after they've already spent like 5 figures with gurus. So get in now. So always, you can go to mattwrightcall.com, and you can there's a little form there. You fill that out, and then if I think you're fit, and only if I think you're fit, if I think I'd help you, then I'll offer for you to work one-on-one with me. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I will see you soon.